time.
Because you have remember.
Did you know?
What's wrong with you?
Did you know that 700,000 people in Ghana have glaucoma? Well, what about the fact that only 3% of Ghanaians with this condition are aware of it? Well, today we're going to speak to the Ghana Ophthalmological Association, I hope I've said that right, which is screening people for free. Mama B is live at Burma Camp, where this association is built to screen some members of the Ghana Armed Forces as we commemorate the week. Let's go straight and hear what she's learning.
Once the optic nerve is damaged, there's nothing we can do to bring it back. So that's why this week we've taken it upon ourselves to educate the public, increase the awareness on this disease so that a lot of people will get their eyes checked so that the prevalence of glaucoma will go down. Blindness from glaucoma will go down.
All right, now let's take the opportunity to learn about this disease. First of all, what is it? How would I know if I have it?
Okay, glaucoma is a complex group of optic nerve diseases. When we say optic nerve, it's like the cable that joins the eyeball to the brain. That makes you see. So it's a disease of the optic nerve. And it's usually associated with high intraocular pressure. That's the pressure in the eye is increased. Not all people with glaucoma have their pressures increased, but that's usually what we see, those with very high intraocular pressure. And with time, the increased pressure damages the optic nerve. Initially, when the disease starts, it's very silent. That's why we call glaucoma the silent thief of sight or hidden blindness. Everybody has a central vision and peripheral vision. When the nerve is being damaged, it's the peripheral vision that gets damaged first. So once the patient can see centrally, he is not bothered. When it gets to a time that the visual field is narrowed, like the person sees tunnel vision, that's when the person becomes aware that all is not well with the eyes. And at that time, it's very late. The person is presenting very late. So we want to catch them when there are changes in the nerve so that we prevent blindness.
So can I tell myself, are there, like, what kind of symptoms? Personally, how can I know?
Yes, as I said earlier, glaucoma does not present with any symptom at all. By the time it presents with symptoms, then it's late. When the disease gets to the late stages, the person's peripheral vision becomes compromised, and he's not able to see peripherally.
So what it
can bump into something.
So what it means is I may see it, but it would be too late.
It will be too late. That's why we need to screen early. So with time, when the vision becomes tunnel vision, then and it goes on and on, then that tunnel vision is gone. Then the person, but initially the person might present with blurred vision, not able to see well when it's dark in a dark room, unless the person gets a lot of light.
Okay. All right. So how often can I do it? Once a year? Twice?
Yes. In Ghana, it's very common because of our race. We are black race, and it's very common in blacks. And as your age advances too, your risk gets high. So we will recommend that from those with family history of glaucoma too are at risk. So from age 20 years to 30 years, you can get your eye screened once in 2 years. Okay. Then above 30 years, every year, you should get an ophthalmologist to examine your eye and see if glaucoma has started so that we pick you up and treat.
If I come for the regular examination, am I expected to tell you I'm looking out for glaucoma, or you know what to do?
Of course, yes. You can remind the ophthalmic nurse or the doctor that you want your eyes also screened for glaucoma. we will check your pressures, examine your nerve, and maybe ask for some investigations. It's very necessary.
So why do we say that this disease is irreversible?
By the nature of it, how the optic nerve is, it's irreversible. It's not like cataract that the lens becomes opaque, you take it off and light can enter the eye. It's the nerve that is taking impulses, light impulse to the brain. And when the nerve is damaged, we can't get it back. That's it. It makes it very scary.
So, Captain, at what point can you treat this disease?
Yes. In the early stages, we can. The only risk factor that we have control over is the intraocular pressure. Studies have shown that once we get the intraocular pressure down, the rate of progression is lowered. So if you come and it's not advanced, we can get the pressure down and keep your vision at where it is so that you don't have further damage. But when you come and it's end stage like you are almost blind, then there's really not much that we can do. We can just maintain that impaired vision for you.
But eventually you're going to go blind.
You may go blind. It's a progressive disease.
How about cost of treatment? How expensive is this?
Yes, that's the challenge. We can treat it medically or surgically or even use lasers. The medical treatments, what we've realized, it's not a lot of the medications are on the National Health Insurance Scheme. And some of them are expensive compared to the annual income of most Ghanaians. So we are advocating that we put a lot of the drugs on the National Health Insurance Scheme so that patients will be able to afford it. That aside, a lot of people are advocating that glaucoma is a surgical disease. We should treat it surgically. Once you do the surgery and the intraocular pressure comes down, you will not spend